Motion.
If I look over at you, it's serious. Okay.
No, yeah, just wait till he says we're definite.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're starting at 7:05 now. Secretary's report.
We had from the last meeting postponed the motion on the April minutes.
Did anybody read the minutes?
I
that were sent to
resent
you?
them out again, just so
It
in
was with
case.
it was with both of them, right?
Yes,
I move to approve the minutes.
Awesome. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
is that on both of them, the
Yes,
April
on
and,
both of them.
okay,
On both of them, because I read
both of them. Yes,
Cool.
okay.
So you, in reading those, you know the whole list of action items you have to do, right?
Yes.
Because we're gonna get to those.
Yeah, that helps with, when I read through the minutes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to remember to do that.
And I took one of your jobs, just so you know.
You took one of my
I
jobs?
took one of your jobs.
Okay, well, we'll go over that too.
Okay.
All right.
Right, all right, am I ready?
Vendors, yes.
Okay, 28 vendors at the moment. Now, I had forwarded an email along with a picture to everyone so they could at least see it prior to the meeting. There is a person who has a trailer and has a dart game of not balloons, but they're like apples on a wall. And he's in a trailer. So that means he has to be in a trailer spot, not on Main Street. But he wants 2 spots. Everyone's thoughts. I have mine, you have yours, and we're total opposites.
There's not a lot on Main Street.
Well, I don't know.
The
how
trailer
operate.
itself is not allowed on Main Street.
Right.
Yeah.
Could be a depot.
And, right, it
Could be
could,
what?
Could be a depot.
No, we have food in the depot.
there were 2 thoughts that came to mind to me. We do have a trailer that a lady comes with clothing. I haven't heard from her yet this year, but she's usually in the Webster First parking lot. And then that leaves another space, but also where the National Guard was last year, there's that dirt spot beside the church. And/or we could see if the Masons possibly wanted to have it on their half up there.
No.
No, okay, so narrows it down to 2.
Okay, well, you can narrow it down to 1 because Webster First, we can't put it at Webster First either.
Okay, so that narrows it down to 1
You
space.
can't put it at Webster First because they had requested when they let us use that property that
Okay.
we don't do anything that has a liability potential, okay?
Okay,
So that, when we do games, especially when you do shooting and dart games,
Is there
Shut your eye
precedent
out,
for a trailer with the National Guard on Depot Street?
they may come back again. I haven't heard back from them yet. So, but this other person is there another possible spot to put him
the
that
only other
anyone
place.
could think of?
But it would be away from games if you do that, is if we did it down to, because you have to get it off the road. So
Right.
The only other place that we could get it off the road is if we went and put it at Rhoda's dirt place there, but we have antique cars there.
Oh, no, everyone seems to like the antique cars from my understanding,
Yeah.
so.
So the only real place to put it is on Depot Street in that dirt area.
Okay, I will reach out to,
Depot Street in the dirt area.
no,
It's actually right aside of the church. If you're driving up Depot Street and you look to the left across from the junk store, they have this place it's supposed to be grass, but it's really gravel. And we put buses there, we put all kinds of things there.
a couple years ago, we had the Coke thing there, and last year was the National Guard, if you happen
The year
to see
before
that.
was the pig, the pink pig,
Yeah, that's cool.
pig bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was on the Masons.
It has been. It's come a couple of times throughout the years.
Okay.
All right, so I have
But
to
it's
contact.
we were able to put something there and get it off the road.
So what is the question? Is it that we want to give first right for refusal?
Well, the
to,
question
to
is
the
there a,
National Guard?
I don't know. I've reached out to them and they have not answered me back. So, and this guy is willing, I have to contact him back and say, you cannot be on Main Street. This is where the only place that we have available for you if you want to take it. And that would take out the National Guard because they have their trailer.
Is he specifically requesting Main Street?
Yeah,
Everybody
Yes.
wants Main Street.
everybody would request Main Street.
But since he has a trailer, I let him know, no, there's no vehicles on Main Street.
We get food trucks that wanna come in and park on Main Street.
Everybody wants Main Street.
Yeah.
Actually, no, there are a few that like Depot Street better.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. Depot Street has just as much foot traffic as,
Right? And you have less
Residents.
crowd if people can actually get to your booth better. But,
Some vendors like crowd, because they see this big knot of people, that's where they wanna be. Because it's-
so there's no other possible space for that.
no.
All right, so there's that. I had a letter from someone because he doesn't have an email. And he sent me a letter. I sent him the form, he did send it back, that he couldn't get the form off the website. So my question is, has the website been updated with new information? Has the current vendor form?
I believe I sent you the current vendor form earlier this year. And
Yeah.
I believe you posted
pretty
it.
sure I updated it.
Does he have the old address?
I don't know, is there a way to take that other one down so it's only one Octoberfest?
One goes to the other one.
Does
Oh,
it?
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so,
if you type in one address, it forwards to the other one.
okay.
It all forwards to the new one, so
Well, this was as of May 13th, so,
it's possible you didn't, if that wasn't the right date.
Fairly certain that as soon as you sent, because you had sent over the scholarship stuff as well.
Yes, I
think
did, I sent you
updated
both of them.
Everything all at once. Are you looking up right now?
If not, update vendor form.
Well, I do need to update the
Huh?
date. I need to update the date on there as well.
So update website and vendor form. Okay?
that's all I have, as far as I know, until you remind me of something else.
Okay. I booked all our usual things. Porta potties and rides and bouncy rides.
Nope, it is the old form.
I'm scheduled to meet with the Jenks store to discuss using that part of Route 1 for our beer garden again. I'm gonna go there with a release form in my hand that I made up myself so that I can walk out with a signature on it. That's the plan. Okay? In the other hand, when I go in, is the check from last year. So hopefully we can make a trade.
You should do that in a certain order.
Huh?
Sign here, and then hand.
Is there something going on with the Jenks store that makes it so that, you know, this might be difficult?
It's under new leadership, or old leadership, as it were.
Is it good or bad?
Couldn't tell you.
It's just different.
It's just different.
Okay, so Christina has nothing to do with it anymore.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so that means all my old contacts there are gone. I have to make new ones.
Okay.
All right, so there
Are
we go.
we
We'll mark
putting,
that up.
are we putting, the German food back there again?
Well, that's another thing that's up for discussion. He's contacted me back and he's interested in coming back because he, did fantastic
Sold out.
that day. We were gonna talk about that tonight as whether or not we're interested in having him come back.
What was the feedback on the food?
Everybody, well, he sold out.
Some
And
people liked it, some didn't,
some
that
people
happens
liked
with
it, and
everything.
Some people said,
Yeah, anything that you're gonna do that's ethnic.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I said anything that you're gonna do that's ethnic, some people are gonna like, and some people.
Well, I just
aren't.
meant like quality that was good. People.
It was,
Yeah, I had some. It was good.
yeah. It was kind of, you know, and again, I thought, well, other than if they were gonna use it for something, Jenks was gonna use it for something else, the spot we put them was complimentary to the beer garden, so,
Mhm.
so it kind of worked. We did get a request, though, to put tables out there. So only place we had tables was in the beer garden, so if they wanted to just buy some food and, you know, eat you know, some food, there's no place to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend working with them on their soups and how they wanna do that, but,
What, the Jenks?
yeah, just,
Okay, well, we.
and I know that in previous years, they wanted to do their yard sale, so.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing, we just did this like a really elaborate yard sale. The thing about doing yard sales is you have to actually have people to work them, you know? So-
Get the stuff.
Like I said, not my issue. I'm
I know,
just saying
but-
that's
Yeah,
something you might encounter.
Well,
okay.
then we need to have a backup plan
Yes,
for
we're
the
gonna-
beer
if-
tent.
If
Well,
that,
when are you meeting?
When is their meeting?
their meeting is on the 8th
July?
of July.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there. I don't wanna go too far down a rabbit
Oh,
hole of.
No, I lied, it's the 9th.
Oh, then we should definitely come up with a backup plan tonight.
It's a Tuesday. Um,
Really?
Yeah,
That's annoying.
Tuesdays are annoying.
That particular Tuesday's annoying, but we'll get there in my report.
Okay.
You might be taking a walk after that.
Okay. All right, anyway, July 9th is the Tuesday, and, you know, supposed to go there and, you know, discuss Octoberfest.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, we move the
And how
bar to
we
the roof
can
of the
help
library.
doing that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we need to know ASAP after that meeting what's happening, because yeah, if it's moving, there's other people involved.
It might be situation normal, so let's just,
Okay, yep, all right, we'll
let's
just.
find out before we go too far down
Alright.
the rabbit hole.
You want to text or email,
Hmm?
you want to text or email what happened
Yeah, I
afterwards?
can. Or you can go with me if you want.
What is it, Tuesday?
It's Tuesday the 8th,
9th,
7 o'clock.
9th.
Tuesday the 9th.
Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. You know, but don't have to go alone. I mean, wear your black Octoberfest shirt.
Oh, I thought it was my black suit.
Yeah, it's like wearing your uniform. I wore that the other night when I gave out the award. And
Did
I
you?
was thinking of you, yeah, because you're the one that, you did that the last time, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
I appreciate you thinking of me, Tony.
You didn't say
It's
it was-
not often.
You didn't say it was thinking you fun.
Don't get us well, man. Anyway, so, let's
Oh.
see, I reached out to Polar,
oh, okay, okay, yep.
and I went through a couple different channels. They didn't really know how to handle that. They're considering coming and bringing a thing to give out soda. They don't really have a provision where they go and sell it. They don't kind of like do that. But they're also not opposed to selling us the product and giving us all kinds of promotional stuff if we want to run our own booth. Or they actually even said it, we'll donate it.
Do they have the dispensing equipment?
They'll give me anything I want.
Did they have it, are you
I
saying like
want
wild?
Orville.
Oh, he wants this.
He wants the bear.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so we're still kind of working out the details of that. We're in discussions.
Okay.
I have somebody from some marketing thing from over there that's gonna call me back, and we're gonna work out some details.
I like
I
it.
wasn't quite sure how involved we wanna get. If we take it on, so, you know, take donations of that type of stuff so that we can sell it, it's another concession we have to run, or man, and, you know.
And are we willing to make that concession?
You could make a really cool booth and, somehow.
Yeah. It.
Can
it's
you,
just-
can you see if you can get the mascot here?
Are you really gonna just speed bump over that?
We could put them on top of the
Did
library.
put 'em on
There's
top of
great
that?
concessions
library.
right there.
I didn't
Put
get
'em
it,
on
that's why I
top of
went
the
over the
library?
speed
There.
bump.
On the library.
Hey, sorry about that.
No,
I put in the minutes, you want
you don't want
Orville.
the bear that's on top of their building. You want their mascot. It's a stuff thing that somebody wears, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
They
cool.
usually, at Mount Wachusett, that they always have a couple college girls that are handing out stuff for free.
Okay, I'll ask,
Okay,
okay?
And then sometimes they have Orville.
Yeah.
Did you
I had
name
gone
him, or is
through-
that the real name?
No, it's his real name.
Okay,
That's why I knew who it was.
okay.
Yeah, we do connect sometimes. Anyway, let's see, you just lost my whole train of thought because of that.
You like the red line, derail.
Polar and then,
Or is that the
Are-
orange line? I don't know.
There's a new ride that we have.
Yes, okay, that was another, that's another thing. We picked up a train.
Like we bought a train?
Well, no, we
Just-
we picked up a train.
We have to pay,
We will have to pay it, but we didn't have to pay for it yet, okay?
So
It's
we're
act-
buying a train,
We're buying a train,
okay?
okay? But it's a real small train. I mean, a real small train.
it's made for real little
It's
kids
made
that
for-
don't
it's
have
made
any
for-
other rides.
It's made for little kids, it's made for.
And it
you
runs
know,
on a track.
1 and 2 year old kids.
So
It's-
John can drive it.
Yeah,
The kid drives it.
it has a track that goes like a 10-foot diameter track, okay? And it's gonna be easy up over it, we'll decorate it all up like, a train thing, and we'll put a little sign on it that says, "You can't be taller than me to ride," And, it's like a ticket apiece, and, it's just a little, it's a kid thing because we don't have much for that age.
Where are we gonna store this thing?
Your house.
we're getting another,
I'm working on that storage, yes. I have a few lines on those.
Why don't we just fix up the old fire station? Use that.
That would be super cool if we could have that. The situation, I volunteered my scouts years ago to repaint that, and the town administrator, there's lead paint. Oh, you know all that.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah, you've been reading Facebook, haven't you?
I brought this up about 12 years ago.
Yeah, I actually read a Facebook thing that you did not long ago.
It's
talking about it.
re-brought up on Facebook.
Yes, I would actually, but what are the odds of us getting a piece of the fiber? No, because they still store antique stuff in there.
nor do we want to spend $1 million to get
De-leaded.
renovated.
No, it's a garage, really.
Yeah, and
We just
realistic.
store
So
stuff.
there's the old part, and then there's the new part. The new part is all cinder blocks and just.
I think the path of least resistance here is another.
Yeah, but instead of, in trading up our unit,
Yeah.
okay, that we have, and getting that out of there.
Can we get a
And
double
getting,
wide?
getting one bay in the garage instead? What's the chances of that?
It depends if that other bay is being used. I'll make a phone call.
Okay. All right, so garage bay. I don't know, I do know that they do store some antique trucks in there.
Yes. So like, they might not even have an open bay. It might all be taken up, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
But if they have an open bay, then we could actually, get rid of the container.
Yeah. Or we'll just take over the old school, finally put it to use for something.
They still play, well, they still,
You're bringing up like all the old buildings in town that nobody's had access to for like 100 years.
keep going.
Just trying to find mutually beneficial
Okay.
relationships.
In reality, though, I have
That was good wording right there.
That was,
I have reached out to a few companies that do supply units like that.
okay.
And, I'm working, negotiating deals, the cheapest price for us. I can get them donated, but you gotta pay for delivery, or I can get, you can buy it with a discount and stuff like that. But the least amount of money it would cost us to swap that for one that's about another half the size of the one we have, okay?
Half the size or twice the size?
Half the size, so.
Why would we want
it would be
something that's
like
half the
1.5
size?
times the size we have.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
It would be 1.5 times the size of the one we have.
Okay.
The one that we have right now, okay, is 25 feet.
Yep.
okay? I can get a 40-footer.
Do we have room for a 40-footer?
Did they make them
Yeah.
wider? Not
No, they don't
longer?
make them wider, because it fits on the top of the truck, a shipping container. So, but they do make them longer, okay, so I can get a 40-footer. But a 40-footer, it would be we'd have to pay $2,500.
2,500.
Yes.
How many years have we been putting money away for? For exactly things like that?
I don't know.
Like about 10.
25?
At least 10.
Yeah.
I think we could swing that.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. either.
Yeah.
But it was something we.
I'd
had
rather
to-
get the bay,
It was something that we had to
But-
come in and talk about.
yeah.
Okay. So,
Didn't
yes,
you say you had
so
another one? Didn't you say you had another one kicking around?
there is a second one available in town, yes.
I think it's in about equally as good a shape as the,
But, so, do you wanna add a second one? I don't know if we can, because we're gonna start taking more space there. I don't know if they're gonna like that.
Free is cheaper than 2,500.
To add a second one? It probably would be. I didn't consider that, though, because I thought it would be taking too
Free.
much real estate.
free is always gonna be cheaper than 2,500. But,
No, it probably won't, because you see
I'm still gonna move it.
it's the moving part that
Yeah.
is gonna cost the money, you know? It's not really the unit. They donate those all over the place, you know?
It'd still be nice to have one that,
They have
a
shelves
real
in it, and it's
door.
all organized, it's all well kept.
There's two methods. We can either replace the one that we have, or we can add a second.
yeah. So, one that was like legitimately weather type would not be terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think that's
Let's move on.
I don't think that's our biggest issue though.
It's not our biggest issue. It's just an issue.
We're running out of space.
Yeah.
Do we
So
have-
how do we proceed? We try to.
Let me place a phone call first. Find out about the bay. And then, I mean, is this like a time critical thing for you?
No.
That,
No.
okay.
No.
So let me make a phone call, find out about the bay. And then the second question, follow-up question would be, could we put a second one there?
Yeah.
The follow-up question to that would be, could we put a longer one there?
I think our first choice would be to just have a garage bay.
Yep,
Yeah. And get rid of the unit anyway.
yep,
And then, so then the second choice is a longer one, or a second.
yep.
Are there any other buildings in town that might have a large storage area?
The old school. See, because the other
Moving
issue,
on.
the other issue is that
It's close.
It's got to be close. It's like, you know, we could be like,
Right.
oh yeah, there's some garages that we just bought out on, you know, Route
Right.
16. Great, but
Right, as it is, it takes us.
yeah, it's hard enough to get all the stuff to the old fire station. Never mind.
Oh, that's
You know,
part of
that-
my enjoyable
that-
day
when
is
we
watching
started-
you guys bring stuff.
Yeah, but when
right
we
in the
started,
trailer.
we
that's
started
mine
doing
too.
that, we started putting, you know, we had our own unit storage place at the old fire station. That made things a lot easier, because it's minutes away, you know? It's one street away.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, which realistic. I mean, the way that we move that stuff, the only way that I think the police will ever allow us to do that is having it that close.
I get that.
Everybody's so exhausted at the end of the day, nobody cares. All right,
Driving OSHA violation.
so that's good. I also reached out to Dance Sensations.
Oh, good.
I haven't heard back yet. I probably did, but I haven't seen it yet.
You're gonna change up the music this year,
About
right?
doing the parade again.
You're gonna change up the music this year, right?
Yeah, we're gonna, well,
You didn't like
We're-
that music?
we're-
No, I like the music. You just can't do it every year. It's
Oh,
gotta-
okay.
You gotta,
yeah, we're gonna fix the music this year, so that you can hear it on the entire Main Street. You don't have this like, you know, big empty spots.
but you gotta change the music too.
Hmm?
He's been searching.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about if we did like a heavy metal?
No. It has to go along with the theme of everything that's in it.
We need
So like
somebody-
acid rock?
Oh, God.
If you remember when we had a meeting at Rock, that Eric was the last one there. But the one time when you signed up and said that you would be a juggler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we're holding.
Saw that in the minutes.
Okay.
Yep.
Eric had also signed up and said that he would do
Oh,
the stilts. I have them in.
Have you tried them yet?
No.
They're still in the box.
Better start practicing.
I have to stop practicing?
Yeah.
He was gonna be one of the puppets.
Yeah. Okay, I was just,
Oh, well, that reminds me, one of my scouts came to the house today. He is under 18 though, and he's willing to do that. He's willing to practice.
to be a puppet
The main guy,
in this, in the stilts?
Alex wants to do
Okay.
it. And
well,
he's
so-
5'9", and there's levels, I think, on the stilts, and he would practice with it.
Yeah,
And I said, you don't speak, you don't talk. You're gonna walk with a staff, and you're gonna have a really cool outfit. And he goes, can I smile? Yeah, you can smile at people, but all you're gonna do is walk slowly. That's all you're gonna do. And you're not gonna talk to anyone, you're not gonna intermix with anyone. You are the king who's leading the parade. And he's interested, but I told him I would bring it to the board, the committee.
hey, anybody that's willing to volunteer,
Yeah, sold,
okay,
done.
all right,
Yeah, no?
It's fun, just make sure he signs up, his parents sign a
Awesome.
waiver.
Okay, Alex.
A
Yeah.
really, really ironclad waiver.
yeah,
Done and done.
okay. I think I'm done, unless anybody has any questions.
I'll just take the whole meeting, Tony, please.
Sponsors, no? Anything?
I have to, sometime in August, because that's what was requested by Purgatory, Brewing. Sometime in August, I have to go and sit with them.
Taste
I'm
test.
gonna want to, yeah, well, we can do that.
I'll go to that meeting.
I'll be
Um,
there.
We're gonna come up with,
I'll
we have to
drive.
come up with a list of the things we wanna offer. In other words, you know, what types of beers, you know. And
Definitely should taste test.
so, and then he's gonna, I asked him if he would make an Octoberfest for us, and he said, yes, he would. So there would be, you know, a special Douglas Oktoberfest
Yeah.
for that day. So sometime in August, I'll make an appointment over there, and, you know, whichever one of us, or whatever team wants to go to the.
Have
do
Mary go
that,
down there and taste test
We'll
it.
go and we'll try it out.
Okay, two of those, I'm like, or one.
So this, it'll be good. When they come, like, I think I mentioned that last time, they're gonna come and drop their thing overnight, but they're gonna bring a whole bunch of marketing stuff with them also. You been to the tap house over there?
Mhm. Numerous times.
They have all kinds of marketing stuff, so they're gonna bring a lot of that with them.
Great.
How about Orville?
How about what?
Orville.
Okay,
They don't have a mascot yet.
we don't have a mascot yet.
And they're gonna be there during the day of the event, changing
They-
taps and
all right,
stuff.
All right.
Okay.
I was specific about, because they asked what kind of involvement do we want? They would've came and ran the whole concession, but that's not what we want. It's our concession, we just want their product.
Yeah.
But I also told them that I want tech support there
Right.
that day. So they're gonna have a person there, whose only job is to keep the taps running. Right? Keep hooking things up and whatever, and we have our own bartenders, so he's just, his object is to keep,
Make sure
Keep
there's no
things running.
foam outs.
so that works. That's-
Yep.
That's what we're gonna get from them, so it's kinda like painless for us this time. All right. I think I'm done,
You sure?
yeah. Entertainment, guys, what do we got? I
got-
sent you guys a thing for.
German Oompa Band.
Did you follow up with?
That was your job.
That's my job?
Yes.
Okay. I followed up with them.
You did?
I haven't heard back from them yet.
You have what?
Haven't heard back from them yet.
Oh, all right.
Because I just said, you know, can you give me some ballpark pricing? Because I know they're expensive.
The other guys that we had last year and the year before, they were better the year before, of course, because they were all there.
Right.
And they were like kind of okay last year, but not as good as they were before, so.
Yeah. I'm also cool with just rotating stuff in and out. Are you thinking of having them for the beer garden?
The Oompa Band, yes.
Okay.
Why?
Because it's just going to affect where I put them and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
long we have them for. I'm guessing you want them for like a half a day and.
You could, but you could split that. You could have them do like a set or something on, it depends on the price or what they charge.
Yeah. Well,
You could have them do a spot on main stage or something, and then put them in the beer garden.
Yeah.
After that,
Do something like that.
yeah.
So. But that's just, I'm trying to get like an hourly price out of them. And unfortunately, I really got, they're like, well, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know yet. Like, it could be 2 hours, could be 4 hours, could be 3 hours, I don't know. They asked if we were, provide the mics. I said, yeah, we could take care of that. I got enough sound equipment that I could, if we want to set some sound up over there.
How often is that an issue when you negotiate with like artists like that about bringing their own equipment? How often does that come into play?
Every time.
So, would it be beneficial for us to buy equipment for that stage?
No. No, like I said, I mean, maybe I'll have us buy another amplifier, but I have enough to, because Bear takes care of the main stage.
Yeah.
And as soon as I tell Axe that, they're like, oh, great. Like, that's just something they don't have to worry about. I have enough sound equipment to do
Well, Bear's also bringing extra
right.
remote speakers so that we can power the
Yeah.
whole street.
And he always gives me the powered speakers to do the stage down by, what's up? Harry's. And then I usually use my equipment to do the stage up by the Mason's Lodge. So, I mean, yeah, I could kind of keep an eye out for maybe some powered speakers or something because, I mean, we don't need anything crazy.
Those, like those Bose towers,
Super expensive.
are they really?
Yeah.
So, all the schools I've ever worked at always have them.
Yeah, that's because schools are wealthy, John.
$2,500.
Probably. I'll look around. They need to be weatherproof. That's the big thing. Yeah. So yeah, I reached out to them. I've started putting out some feelers for some different acts. Christian School is interested in doing it again. I had their like mini chorus do it, and I think their jazz band is then going to follow that. So that's really cool.
The jazz band, like an orchestra?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know how many
It's
pieces.
not an orchestra, it's a jazz band.
Yeah, it's jazz
Yeah.
band.
Oh, so it's not an orchestra.
No.
There's
Not
a
like
difference
funk
here.
Okay.
Well, the point and swing band I think is associated with the Oompa band. I think they're like all subsets of each other. So the big thing though is I reached out to the lodge, Mason's Lodge, and got a very warm reception about doing a cook-off.
Oh, okay.
So I guess
No, this is a chili.
no.
No.
Let me finish, Tony. I was getting there.
Okay.
We
Well,
talked
had
about
discussed
doing
it.
we talked about doing chili. And he just said, my only thing with chili is that the Webster Lodge has a big chili event. So he's like, I don't really want to kind of steal their thing. He said, but I really love the idea of ribs. And we have a couple people, that actually compete, and so I said, that's cool. I said, I was going either way on ribs or whatever, or the chili. So next Tuesday, they're having a meeting, and they asked if we could go over and meet with them. Yes, that's the same Tuesday as the Jank Store.
Okay.
So we'll need to play around with that a little bit. I love the idea just because it's different. I want a cash prize. So when he and I were kind of talking about it a little bit, I had said, maybe we could do 3 categories: do beef, sauce, and smoked.
Beef, hot and smoked.
Beef sauce, so like Kansas City style, like barbecue sauce ribs, and then like a dry rub pork rib. But again, we're still hashing this out and trying to figure out how we make this work.
So there's a meeting over there next Tuesday?
Sauce.
What time?
I think it's 7, But the two members that we need to meet with are away on a trip right now, so when they get back, we'll have a little more
All right.
details. So we'll have to get some grills over there, but I think it'd be really, because, you know, he was even kind of talking, he was like, oh yeah, like, people could set up the night before and start their smoking, and blah, 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 and I'm like, that's where I think would be so cool, like having some smokers going over there, you know, having the, you know, like grill, so we have that smoke, you know, just kind of wafting through the air.
You have to cook them on site.
Not necessarily. Some
How
people.
what would you
would-
do for timing on it? How would you set the timing on that?
So this is something that I actually wanted to say. So John and I think in the next week or so, we need to sit down and look at last year's schedule, because we said before last year, hey, we want to kind of have the stages rotating. And while we kind of did it, we didn't really do it. So we need to look at the schedule and say, okay, like, you know, this stage lights up at this time, and then this stage lights up at this time, and then this stage lights up at this time, and then, you know, then the big event is over here, and then the next event is over
Yeah,
here.
you
and
screwed
then-
up my schedule last year.
You did. You
But-
I
totally
did?
screwed up the
Yes.
schedule.
How?
I moved the parade.
Yep,
I moved the parade?
I
yes,
moved the time on the parade.
Yeah.
Messed up my schedule.
yes.
Okay, well, now you know what time the parades are, so we can work
That's
around
right.
that.
The
Okay.
parade is what, 11 and 1?
It's at 11 and, I thought it was 11 and,
I don't know, I'm guessing.
Who's setting the entertainment schedule
Huh?
here? Who's setting the entertainment schedule here?
All right, so what, all right. Okay, anyway, I have a
who's
question.
paying? Who signs the checks?
But we all signed the checks.
Okay,
Suggestions of parade times? You don't know yet, that's fine.
What, the parade times?
11 and 1. I'm keeping them the same as last year.
Now, my
Well, it was 11
question,
and 2 last year, but
11 and 2.
Yeah.
The
Was it
qu-
that late?
Yeah.
2 o'clock?
the question I have is your
it was
time.
actually 10:30 and 2.
Are you done?
Whatever you had last year, we'll do that again.
Okay,
Because you liked that, right?
yeah,
Okay.
Question.
Yes, I'm the front of the table.
except we're gonna play the music
You're
round.
not looking. I have a
Okay.
question. When
So
you,
the times will be the same.
Yes.
is
Actually,
he
can't
doing
play
this
it.
on purpose?
We can't play the music any
You're
louder.
being a brat.
No, we're just gonna have more
We're just-
speakers.
Mary,
What are you
have
waiting
something to
for?
say?
Well, I was waiting, because I know I'm gonna be interrupted again.
I yield the remainder
Yeah,
of the
but-
time.
Interrupting
Okay.
Cal, move.
She's trying to break into a conversation that's existing already. Go ahead.
Well, when people stop, I think they're done, and I start talking, and they jump over my speaking.
That'll teach you.
So when you're talking. Okay. I'm gonna have little Nerf balls that I can shoot you guys
What
with.
would, so-
The question is, when you're
Stop
rotating the
interrupting each other.
stages and stuff like that, you're
None
still
of our
gonna.
stages rotate. We're not Motley Crue.
No.
See
you're
what
just-
I have to deal with?
You're just timing the entertainment.
Well,
so that
that's
they
what I'm
don't
stating.
conflict
If
with
when
each
you've got something at this stage, there's still things happening at the other stages, but not
other. Not a major event.
major. I
not-
don't want
not-
any stages empty.
Yes, they're not.
Well, yeah, they're
Well,
thinking they are.
Sort of. I mean, stage B down by Harry's was empty for a while.
Yeah, we're
Which is fine.
playing music, setting up for the next event.
Okay. But when that happens, we had the robotics guys out there that still had some things going, so that there was still activities. The point is that no place can be without activity, okay? But I do understand the concept of having, like, you have your a significant event at this stage, and you don't you time the big things so that they don't compete with each other, right?
Yes.
At each particular stage.
Mhm.
But each, you know, if they don't wanna go up there, there's still stuff to do here.
There will be
What if the
no.
Waynesville Crystal School Robot Club has a battle royal with the Blackstone Valley Robot Club?
There will be no lack of things happening throughout the day.
Okay. Yeah, because I just don't want an empty stage where there's nothing
There-
happening.
There will be times there will be nothing on the stage, but
There'll
when
be
you think-
something in front of it.
when you think
Yeah.
about the whole day, there is a ton going on in the event.
Yeah.
We have a lot booked.
Okay,
We will have a lot there.
yeah.
So there might be 20 minutes where there's just music playing through the speakers at one of the stages.
But
You're
that's
not gonna
also
get up there
fine.
and talk to
It's also,
people?
no, it's also fine because what happens is like people leave and they go somewhere else. And then they come back a half an hour later because something's going on. We had much more movement last year than I think we've ever had in the past 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, you do have to do that. The object of the entertainment is to move the crowd around. That's what it's intended to do. That's
Okay.
why we schedule things from one place to another. So
Mhm.
that, you know, you put vendors along the street like this, and this vendor's in this spot and he doesn't move. So you have to move the entertainment has to move the crowd around him all the time.
And
that's
I
what the goal
think
is.
I think with this rib cook-off thing, like now we have something. So you know we have the parade, which does everything, right? We have the entertainment on the main stage, which is always a draw. We have the beer garden over here, which kind of goes all the time. Then we're gonna have the dog races, over at the the Harry stage, and then we got or Goodness or whatever we want to call it, and then we're gonna have the rib cook-off, up at the Masons Lodge. So I'm really excited about that. That is probably going to take up that lawn,
The whole lawn?
the whole lawn.
Oh, well, that's
I-
of interest.
I hope. Like honestly, that is my hope, is that it takes up that whole lawn.
That would be different to have up there. You need to go through the Board of Health with this.
Well, I suggest we discuss it with the Masons first. okay,
And
so
then,
that-
all
So
right.
that we have a plan.
Yeah.
And then,
So it just so happens that my wife ran into a guy who is a certified championship Kansas City barbecue judge over the week, or this week. So I'm trying to see what it would take to get him as one of the judges.
Where does he live now?
Connecticut.
Okay. I'm not paying for him to fly from Kansas.
No, we'll pay for him to fly from Connecticut.
Okay.
But I do want a cash prize. And the request from the lodge is that they want the advertisement for it. And so I said, look, my initial idea is first annual Douglas Octoberfest rib off, presented by or hosted by the Masons Lodge. That's how I would see him billing it.
Where's the prize going to come from?
Hopefully from entries, because I would plan on doing I plan on doing an entry fee.
And you'll have multiple prizes.
so,
Which category?
Yeah,
I mean, we
but I
can
want
definitely
some,
work out the details with them, but somebody's gonna enter, and are they supposed to cook the ribs there?
There you go, that question.
that's what John was asking. I don't know why you weren't paying attention when he asked, but I'll answer it again anyway. My hope is that people do cook there, especially the smoked category, because I mean, like a true person smoking their ribs is going to set up in the morning, and they're going to have their thing, and they're going to be smoking.
So,
there.
are they gonna bring their own barbecue grills?
Again, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping,
Well,
We are
we're
gonna-
not providing grills.
We are gonna have to, I know, but there's a whole different bunch of ways you can do this kind of contest. okay? Because they do these kinds of things all over the place.
Mhm.
Some places have the ribs and smokers there, some places don't, So it's gonna take some planning. And, discussion at the Mason's Lodge with those guys. to figure
Yes.
this out.
Yep.
What are you thinking for an entry fee?
I was thinking $25.
Steep.
I don't think so.
It's an expensive buy-in then. They're paying for meat and then 25.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and we're gonna have to make the prize worth it. I don't think $25 is bad.
I mean, after the cost of meat, you're talking
Out-
it's like a $50.
It's not, but if you have, 10 people, the prize is $250?
No, because
You've got three.
categories.
You got 3 categories.
So I think you're also
We're
going
we're going to lose money the first year. I'm asking to lose money the first year. I want to have like good enough prizes that you know, the entry fees may or may not cover it. But
I think,
I want to kick it off well.
Let's actually do some research on that too,
Okay.
okay? We'll figure out, because there's places that do this, we'll figure out what the fees should be,
Yep.
you know, for that type of thing. And there's published rules on it, on, you know, what they can put in it, what they can't put in it, and yada, yada, yada. I know they have their own recipe, but there's certain things that you can't add for allergy reasons and stuff. So there's a whole bunch of rules on that stuff, so they should comply to that. If these guys are serious about ribs, and you come up with a professional-looking contest, they're not gonna have any problem with it,
Mm-hmm.
okay? If we
I
do
still
some-
want it to be something that's accessible to, you know, to the town, to,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
to
yeah,
the,
yeah.
to the-
I
to
get
the-
it, but there's people that actually have done this for years and years, especially out in barbecue country where they do this stuff
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
So there's like a professional way of doing it, so I think we should research that and
Okay.
figure that out and hit
See if
that
we
as
can mimic it a
closely,
bit.
as close as we can, so that it looks like we're at least making a stab at making it respectable,
Yeah.
you know?
I think you're right, and I think we're gonna have to wind up subsidizing
Maybe.
the cost, but
It
there's
looks-
also an opportunity perhaps for you to work your magic with a sponsor.
I knew that was gonna come up in this conversation.
So,
Yes.
get,
Yeah, but that also makes it easier to get a sponsor, is if we make it look professional.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree.
So, and then that would help with
And,
the
and
advertising.
that might not be a terrible tie-in with Polar.
set up the drink station up there.
Maybe. Then if that was true,
That's
okay,
interesting.
then that would be the location where we'd have to put that concession, okay? It would have to have a corner of the spot up there, so that if you wanted to tie it into that and make them a sponsor, oh, I'm starting to like this more, because I can make them a sponsor of that,
Yep.
okay?
Oh,
We section off the the lawn, you know what I mean? So you can, you know, so
So we
each,
can give like, I don't know, a quarter of, a section, a good sized chunk of that, or a chunk of that, to the Polar concession, so that, and then they will sponsor.
yeah,
that
but I'm even
event.
thinking like, so, you know, each person gets so much space to set up
So
their
you'll know
grill
how
or their
many people
smoker.
can partake, otherwise you'll have too many people and there's no place for them to
But that's
cook.
only for cooking. If you're
Right.
allowing people to cook off-site, then you won't need all that. You can have more people than spaces. is
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying. So I have a few questions. Who decides, who's judging? Is it a judge, or is it a series of judges, or is it people's?
It should have,
People's choice.
well, it depends on how we structure it. It would have to have, in order to be official, it should have at least one member from the Masons Lodge, right? On the judging team.
Mhm.
It should probably have a member of Octoberfest committee, okay? And then-
Twist your arm for that
Then,
job.
then it would have to have a member of POLA, the sponsor.
Oh,
If they
yeah.
Right?
want to,
Yeah.
right. Now, will they donate soda and their products as well as paying
I'm sure
sponsor?
they would. I'm sure they
Okay.
would.
All right.
And we should
Yeah.
also have them handing out soda
To-
over
to-
the,
to
the
a
dog
company,
race.
to a company like that, it's like reaching out to Coca-Cola or somebody like that. That was the kind of discussion I had with these guys. They're not interested in selling us product. They're interested in giving us product,
Mhm.
okay? Because in reality, the stuff costs them nothing to make, really, you know?
So
It-
their
it-
donation is a form
yeah.
of advertising.
So-
Okay.
They're more interested out of the event for the marketing, for the mileage they can get in the marketing out of it. It's got nothing to do with making money off the product. They, you know, if they made $1,000 here selling soda, that's nothing to them. They get more mileage out of the marketing part. So it's an easier sell.
I have a few more questions about this meat thing. Is it public tasting?
I don't know yet. I
'Cause that's-
think
that's-
usually what they do is, you know, you're required to make so much. You know, whether it's 2 racks of ribs
Sure.
or, you know, like whatever the entry is. And then you give your best ribs to the judges. You know, so you look at it and you're like, oh, these center cuts, this is what I want to give to the judges. and then, you know, and then I know like for, the rhubarb challenge, what they would do is they would sell some tickets and you could get in and, you know.
That's a question for the Board of Health, though.
Yep, that would, yes.
So I think what makes the most amount of sense here is to make it public tasting. Because you're creating a very public event. You've got people smoking, you smell, the look,
Yeah.
people smoking meat on the lawn. Now we're talking about setting up a soda booth.
So, and
You
again,
have to give people access to the food.
yeah, when I went to the one at Wachusett, that's what it was, you know, they had the ribs for judging, you know, and then, you know, you could pay to get into the event, you know, and you could get some tasters.
So I would also.
Obviously, nobody's gonna get a rib, right? Like, that would cost way too much money for somebody to be
Oh,
handing
really?
out. Yeah, what you get, you know, like, they would cut the meat off and then put it in little tasters so that, you know, you could taste, you know, some different people's ribs.
Supposing people paid to get there.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's,
That's your idea. Paid, if you wanted to sample it, you pay to sample.
That was
Right.
another idea. That was another idea.
yeah.
Is there an opportunity to allow those people to sell their food, individual
No.
smokers?
No.
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 You pay to get in.
So the rib people can't sell?
Correct.
Why not?
Because then you start getting into a whole host of other
The
permitting
whole
issues.
Board of Health
Yeah.
bunch of issues. And then, in actuality, that actually breaks one of our rules, because one of the things is we try not to have any food vendors do something as, same as another food vendor. So,
I brought that up.
so what happens is if we have 25 people out there making ribs, for example, okay, I have 25 vendors of ribs that aren't really in a contest anymore. They're trying to make money selling ribs to the public.
Yeah,
Yeah, that changes the whole dynamic of the thing, and it's not what we want to do.
right.
We'll also have to figure out, the entry fees and all that. Does the money go to the committee, the Octoberfest event? Does it go to the Masons?
Well, that
I
wouldn't
mean-
go to the Masons. That money, because according to what we've just heard, whatever you collect on money isn't enough to pay the prizes anyway.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But if you're
Right, so-
selling also to be able to
It would
partake in the
subsidize- It would
samplers,
subsidize the prize money.
Then that
Okay.
would go to
Well,
the prize money also.
that's part of the discussion that may come up at,
Yeah.
at the meeting with the Masons, so
Yeah.
you're.
And,
okay.
and, you know, like I said, realistically, that's just kind of what we would have to say. It's just, look, we have no idea how this is gonna go. Right, it's kind of like the dog race. Like, we threw some spaghetti against the wall and said, let's see if it sticks.
Yeah. But once we've invested that, now we don't have to do it again. We have the equipment, we do the log race, so
Yeah.
it's not, it's not like we gotta keep spending that money over and over again. We got that set.
All right,
One
so,
idea,
no, go ahead.
one idea to kind of tossing this out there, would be to sell tickets for people to come eat, and they get a rib with a ticket, one rib, one ticket.
You can't do it.
How many
The amount of
ribs on a
racks of
rack?
ribs you would have to do.
how many
like
ribs on a rack?
12.
224. If you had 10 people enter,
But that's the thing, is you wouldn't want a
200.
rib from a guy. You'd want to be like, oh, well, what was this guy's rib like? What was it? So that's why you take the meat and you chop it up and you put it in taster things.
And you gotta have enough so that the judges, however many judges you have.
Well, right. So that the judge will get a rib, right? Because the judge.
The judging is done first, and then they're gonna do
Yeah,
the samplers.
right.
And then they will have, this much ribs left over.
well, so far we're up to 3 judges.
Because one of the things with a rib is, there's supposed to be a tug, when you eat, when you eat it, so it's because if it just falls off the bone, it's overcooked.
I'm
if
not a
it's-
novice to ribs. My Boy Scout troop's camping this weekend, okay, on the river. We're going on a canoe trip, and we're having ribs.
So you're gonna enter?
No.
They're already done, already marinated up
No.
in a bag, waiting for the grill.
No, I mean, you're gonna enter the contest.
So,
No.
so,
You have nothing else to do on the day of Oktoberfest, why don't you answer the
No, I
contest?
have nothing else to do that day.
Or the,
I think I'm
week
in it.
prior.
All right, so,
Well, as soon as there's a decision made, I need to know what's gonna happen because there's certain groups that have been on the Masons lawn for a long time. And when I get that form, I have to know if the lawn is taken. And
yeah,
then
one of
just
them
have to
was
move
like the
elsewhere.
band booster.
Yeah,
No,
the
no,
band
the band
boosters.
boosters is near the trough downtown.
But who was on the,
It's the athletic
Oh, the
boosters.
athletic boosters,
Yeah,
right.
they're usually on the lawn. And they take up a big space. They take more than their 10 by 10 on the lawn, but that's just how it's been working with the Mason's lawn. So as soon as you know, and,
but that'll change too, and, because when we have the meeting with the Masons,
right, well, that's what I'm saying. I just need to know as soon as the decision is made of yes, it is, or no, it's not. When that form comes in, I'll know how to deal with that.
all right.
All right, and since we mentioned the Wiener race, someone has been in contact with dog orphans about the Wiener race?
Yeah, pretty much the answer is don't talk to me about it yet.
Are they doing it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, that's the
Yeah, I
important
think
part.
they're
Okay,
in, it's just a
yes.
matter of like, they have other events going on before then.
Did you ask them about the missing ribbons?
They believe they have them.
They do or they don't?
They believe they have them.
Aha. That's where they went then, because I knew we
Okay.
did give them out, and I knew that somebody had them, and I didn't remember where it
At
was.
least we didn't totally
But-
lose them.
Now, the
So-
interesting part is that there's quite a few there, okay? So if we get some of those, okay, we can give them out for ribs also.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see us do a trophy.
Okay, well, usually it's a
This
ribbon.
man likes to spend money.
Yeah, he
You know,
does.
I wanna do
Let's
this.
do a really nice ribbon. Nice
He's-
blue,
he's
a
crazy.
really nice blue ribbon. Would be nice.
A nice blue, okay.
Yeah,
I
really
could get
nice.
on, I could get
Really
on board
nice.
with like,
A nice blue ribbon.
Yeah. They give blue ribbons for that,
Yeah.
I could get on board with that.
Um,
I still think, like, but like I said.
Can we
if-
stop
if
talking
you-
about meat? We've been talking about meat for half an hour here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, we're
What's,
gonna,
You're the one that had all the questions!
I asked all my questions. Moving on.
we're gonna
Let's move on.
need the ribbons for the library quilts.
Yes.
contest.
I'm not done.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
not yielded my time, Mr.
That's right, I
Chairman.
haven't released you, so. go right
Thank
ahead.
you.
When we
So the meat. I also on my action list. What did you even do?
What did you do that was supposed to be mine?
The Masons Lodge? You were supposed to reach out to them.
Okay.
I took that off your broad shoulders. I also contacted the gazebo people.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, did you see that? They're excited to hear from me.
didn't see that coming.
And I was basically told like, oh yes, please. By the way, we have a metric ton of lights. Come look at them and see what you want to use. So, in other
We have
words,
to do the decorating.
yeah, you want it, you got it.
Doesn't
You-
matter.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't
Well,
realize it was
no,
gonna
no,
be work.
no, I'm just thinking, let's just add that on to everything else we're doing.
Is
Well,
it like
but
the
we're
fire
not.
department or something?
No,
It's
no,
it's
no,
it's
no.
after
No,
Oktoberfest.
no,
It's,
no,
you
no,
know.
no, no. That's a great project for Boy Scout, Cub Scout, great things to decorate the church. Huh?
Is your kid old enough to be a Lions yet, so we can put him in the troop? And what's up with your kid?
That's a great thing for Scouts to do.
Okay, fine.
How are they gonna do
And I
that?
bet
Reaching.
I bet if you contacted the, you know what? I've got to talk to the fire department anyway.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's any interest in, because I think they've helped out in the past
Yes.
as
Okay,
Yes.
all
So
right.
the fire
My-
department and the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts go out there and decorate.
well. My angle on this, so the one thing that I want to do as part of the lighting is have like an open mic
Yeah.
where everybody has to play one Christmas song.
Play or sing.
Play.
Either way.
Exactly. That's what's going to make it fun. You have to try and fret a guitar.
It's too cold.
Yeah, no, it's going to be good.
We actually
Okay,
we
we'll
talked.
work out the details of it, but it sounds like a go. We're gonna do it.
Either way, it's a go.
So the whole thing is
After-
now ours,
Why do you keep interrupting me?
because you people do it to me. Okay, go.
After Oktoberfest is
Yes.
when we'll go look at the lights
Yeah.
and see what we have to work
Yeah.
with.
Don't we have to start
Okay,
planning
we
before
have essentially
Oktoberfest?
an entire month, figure that out. An entire month to get it done.
After the Oktoberfest?
Yeah. Well, I talked 2 months, actually, really.
Yeah. What are we talking about here?
Well, no, we were talking of making it bigger, and that was my question. Is the Oktoberfest committee now going to take over the whole event? Is it our baby now?
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Because we were talking having vendors there,
Yep.
a few vendors, starting earlier, and make it a big deal of Santa comes, and who flips the switch? I don't know. There were so many
I'm
things
gonna
of.
flip the switch. I made the phone call.
You can flip the
I'm
switch
gonna
then,
flip the switch.
in your elf outfit.
Flip us.
Okay,
Gotcha.
now, yes, all we really wanted to know, okay, is if they, what their involvement is and how much they wanted us to help them. We've just heard now that they want us to take it, okay, so, there you go. So,
Why don't we,
that's really the only answer we needed now. What we should do is, right now, we'll plan up the Oktoberfest, and as it starts getting a little closer, we can start throwing ideas out for that. And then we really don't have to do anything on that until after Oktoberfest Day.
can I make a suggestion that our next meeting, when we iron out some of the details,
Yeah,
broad details?
Yeah.
Thank
'cause
you.
we're not super busy
Yeah.
right now.
Right.
But just before Oktoberfest, we will be.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I don't wanna wait till last minute. If we're gonna have vendors, I want them lined up. I
Yeah.
want,
Yeah,
I
there are
want
gonna
my
thi-
ducks
there
in
are
a
gonna be
happy row.
things- There are things that we're gonna have to book before Oktoberfest, so that it happens.
Right.
So next meeting, we craft the outlines of what this event
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah,
Okay. Which is the next meeting. I have scheduled them. I sent out an email, didn't hear any no's. So the next meeting is the second Thursday of July.
yeah.
Can you remind me
From-
when it's close?
We,
Yeah, me too.
all right.
Yep.
We've done that. We've made it so that Oktoberfest meetings now are the second Thursday of the month, okay? Unless it's September. September, it's every Thursday,
I hadn't heard it.
okay? So-
And then October, it's the Thursday right
Yeah.
before.
So if you have an issue with any one of those, speak up right away as soon as that happens, and then either, you know,
Send me an email with the dates for you.
Okay, I will.
So I think what this makes us is the Douglas
Festival.
Festival Committee.
yeah, like, gee,
Let's see how year one goes.
yeah. Let's try it once, and we'll see.
Because realistically, it's still like, it's still their area.
Yeah.
We're doing this event.
Yeah, we're just putting on that event. And I've never been to it, sadly, so I don't know how it ever went. So,
I
yeah.
remember something about Santa doing keg stands.
I got BVT robots.
Yay!
Excellent. We saw them in the parade. That was an awesome, they created a float and they came into our Memorial Day parade. That was awesome.
They're very excited. I'd like to offer them a free booth
Yep.
again this year. So
Yep.
if I move that we waive the booth fee. for
Second.
BVT.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
I still need
I'm
their form.
seriously, so like
Yes.
if we're looking for that kind of filler stuff, like the Christian school does have a robotics team as well. We might want to reach out to them.
We have 2 robotics teams.
Who?
The Christian school, Waynesville Christian School.
They have a robotics team?
Yeah,
Do they have robots?
they do.
Are they
They
big ones or little
compete.
ones?
I don't know.
I thought they were the little Lego ones.
Do they
No,
do,
they
s-
compete.
do they do
I know,
something
but
different?
I
So,
think that
like,
they're Lego robotics.
Okay, that's fine. So make them fight. I don't know.
We
Like
already
I'm
have-
just saying, like if we're looking for like stuff to do, like when there's stuff not on stage.
They're not gonna fight. Dude,
BattleBots?
They're not gonna destroy.
They're not gonna-
They're not gonna destroy the robots.
If they had little Lego robots, that would be
Well,
cool for the
you and
little
I will make
kids.
fighting robots.
No, we're not
Yeah.
making fighting robots.
BattleBots.
They're not gonna fight robots. Okay, so Valley Tech has a comp booth because of,
Yep.
being classified as an entertainer. We need a vendor form from
I'll
them.
get I checked out this guy's website. What was that? When you had sent it,
Yes.
but it's down. So I'm gonna look into it a little bit more, but this website's down.
That looked kinda cool.
Yeah,
How about that guy that did the magic thing last year on the stage?
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, his show was actually quite good. He was funny. He was appealing to both kids and adults. So he was a little challenging to work with, but if it's worth it, then
Was he interested in coming back? Did he tell you he was interested in coming back? Or? Do we
seemed
want
like
him
he
back?
wasn't- I would have him back again. I'll look into this guy a little bit more, but if this falls through, then try and go with the guy.
Okay, when, and this happens every year.
When are we gonna get the entertainment locked in? So
I would like to, it would
How
be.
did you know that was
Tony,
coming?
October 4th.
Yes, that's what it usually happens. It usually happens the day before the event. I get the schedule, so that's when I can publish, finally, the program. It would be nice if we could get it out, like, a month ahead of time.
Yeah, I would love that.
We'll work to get
It
it
is- it is-
before, earlier than last year.
It is not for lack of trying, trust me.
All right.
Are you still trying to get a sponsor for the prizes? You were
Yes.
going after Milford
Yes.
Federal?
Yes, I'm still negotiating for sponsors. It's a little early for them to all knuckle up anyway, but I reached out just a little bit earlier because we have more stuff going on. But I should know within the next couple of weeks.
We already got one sponsor check
Yeah.
for the main stage, I think.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
I had a couple other ideas. This year, I botched the survey last year, I think, so we didn't get any responses. So I think it was on my end,
Oh, for what, the survey?
the survey.
Yeah.
And so I'll fix that this year, but I was also thinking of creating a vendor survey to give to vendors.
That would be nice.
Event, so we
Mhm.
can gather some data and find out how people did, what did they
Yep.
sell, what was good, what wasn't.
Do a different one, do a third one for food.
For food vendors.
Yes. Yes. I
Um,
would like to,
So we
I'd
gather
like to
some
know what
data.
they think of that. I'd like to know, or if they have any suggestions on what they'd like to see that they don't,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. And then my other idea is, I can send out an email to the emails I did collect from 2 years ago to see if anyone is interested in serving on the committee as a volunteer coordinator or sponsorship coordinator or something like that. See if we get
Yeah.
some way.
We
'Cause
need
I think
another
we need-
person to
we
do
need
that.
That help.
Okay. I would like to request, maybe we don't need to do this or not, I'm not sure. For vendors, I've been in shows that when you show up at that event, you automatically get an application for the following year. Boom, done. It's given to you the day of.
You can actually do that. I don't know why we can't. I can go in and I can change. It's mostly now, we've been doing this so long, the forms don't really change that much except for the dates on them.
We used to wait in case there was anything we needed to tweak with the rules.
I know, but they haven't really changed the last 2 years, 3 years, so,
Just buy yourself a clause in there. Just give yourself a clause that
yeah.
rules may
I say,
change.
like where the
Subject
rules
to-
are, you say they're subject to update,
Yeah.
you know?
What's the impetus, what's the benefit of signing up day of?
To avoid the
Well-
price increase.
You could
Well,
do-
thing is,
no,
it's-
you could do this, okay? You could do this. If they sign up that day, if the person that walks up hands them the vendor form day of Octoberfest, and they sign up that day, they save $10 on the space. They can sign it up for $40, not 50. Okay?
How about $50, not 60?
No. Here's what you've already done, though.
He needs
You-
more money, he keeps spending it.
You've guaranteed the spot, okay? And you don't have to wait a whole year to find out,
Yeah.
okay?
You guaranteed that spot?
You guaranteed the same spot you're in now if you sign today,
It's a terrible idea.
okay? It's a terrible idea?
That is.
Really?
We were just talking about an
Yeah,
hour
we-
ago, we were talking about how we may need to move vendors off the Mason's Lodge or off the
Yeah.
the blah blah blah.
John's right.
Okay, well, that's why we sit here and talk about it.
It's
sounds
not a
like
terrible
great
idea. It's
to
just a
me.
really bad one.
It's
I'm sorry. It's not a terrible idea. It's just not a good idea.
it's the same thing, I'm gonna talk about it.
I'm sorry. I'm just quick with my words.
Okay,
But
alright.
Don't do anything stupid like that again.
Yeah,
Well, he thought it was a wonderful idea. and
I
he
did,
thought it was a
except
bad
that
I'm joking.
we haven't touched our prices now, and
Yeah, I know.
um,
Okay, so if they do it now, they get a spot, okay, not a guaranteed spot. They guaranteed a spot, okay, for the same price as they paid this year.
yes.
Because we're going up next year.
Are we going up?
How's that?
Did we just decide? Another idea is you could.
We may
take
or
all
may
of
not,
those-
we
I'm
may,
talking-
we
I'm
may or
talking
may
right now.
not raise the rates, but it does guarantee you this year's rate.
You could enter all of the ones.
Does that make you happy?
Hello, hi.
Okay. I'm trying to make Mary happy.
I'm not the only one who gets talked over.
I've done that before too. I've thrown stuff at them, so I can understand it.
You could enter all of the people who
Pay that day,
into a raffle for a free spot.
a free drawing for.
How many free spots are you gonna give away?
It's just
There you
Free
go.
spot for the
It's just one.
nicest,
You're
free
the
spot
one
for
that
the...
wants to give them away.
No, I'm trying to spend money and you guys are just giving it all away. All loosey-goosey.
Well, I don't know. I guess the question is, do you want to guarantee the money now
No.
or in October?
No,
At the
it's not
cost of
really the money.
$50.
I'm trying to guarantee
As
the
a
spot.
vendor person, it helps to have the form right away. You don't have to wait until I mail it or send it out to you.
Is that worth $50 to you? Is that worth
Personally?
spending $50?
Yes, and some,
Okay.
Wait a minute, what? Oh, for
here's where it
printing
is.
out?
To give
When-
a free
when-
spot.
These vendors that do this
I don't
stuff,
care either way.
if, like last year, they had a great day. All the food vendors sold out. It was a great day.
Yeah.
People were spending money.
We
and-
should
and-
not do this program if it rains.
And so what happened is if you went with a vendor form, they go, yes, I want to be back here next year. They'll sign, they'll pay you, because they just made a ton of money, okay? If you wait 5 weeks, or you wait to a month before Octoberfest, or 2 months before Oktoberfest, they're looking at the weather saying, well, I'm not gonna get my money back if it rains.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did we sell out last year? Did we sell out vendor spots last year?
Yes,
We were
That's
full.
another reason to do it.
We were full.
So we had an event in which we are seeing more and more,
sellouts.
yeah, more and more vendors want to take part, and we are not increasing the number of spaces available.
Right, we can't.
So that's another reason to
Open up
say-
another street.
tell
Well,
people we
all right,
sold
so-
out in
So
2018.
we can actually, we'll talk about this at another meeting, okay? But what we can do is we'll update the form so that it'll be available that day, okay? But we'll also write something about it.
Okay.
Like, you know, that we're growing. We can't guarantee that there's a spot available next year because
2018
whatever.
sign
So
up
if you sign
now.
up now, you're guaranteed a spot. Might not, we may have to make adjustments depending on what's going on, but you're still guaranteed a spot at the event. if you sign up
At this
today.
year's rate.
Huh?
At this year's rate.
Yeah, at this year's rate. Great, that sounds like a great plan. So we'll do some kind of a write-up. We'll talk about all of that at another meeting.
And I will let all the vendors know ahead of time, because when they get their spacing, I will let them know that applications for next year will be handed out to 2019 vendors, blah, blah, blah. So they're pre-warned.
Yeah.
But also, your application isn't accepted unless I get a check, cash, blah, blah with it. So some of them will, they'll sign up right then and there.
It'll actually, if they sign up right there, if you hand it off, we have it a little different now in that we have an administration tent, so it's not like
And they
you
have to
don't know where
deliver it
go.
to
They
me.
can go to the administration tent and sign up for next year, right now, today, if they want to do it. We'll accept the application.
I can't believe it took us that long to come up with that.
No, that was a
I
great
don't know, I
idea.
thought of it before, but, you know, we've just never gotten around to that point.
Yeah, just dying to say I told you so, weren't you? Just
I
like
didn't
holding
say
on to
I
that for
told
like
you.
10
I
years.
I didn't say.
Okay, if everybody's done, we have a guest here.
He's been waiting patiently, and I
Yeah.
see him looking at the clock.
You came here for a reason.
I just thought it
You
was the
have-
entertainment. I apologize.
You now have the spotlight.
The uninterrupted stage.
Well, we
I
can't
can't
guarantee that.
Not that I wanna point any fingers.
So,
So why am I here?
why are you here?
My name is Dick Skinner. I'm a senior citizen with the Douglas Senior Center, the Sunshine Club. And we're looking to put on a Friday night event before your Saturday event, which will be a meal. We're working on, it'll be a Octoberfest theme with music, with dancing, with fun. It's intended to be a fun and healthy meal kind of event for more than seniors. And we're talking with the Sokol Club. The alternative is the senior center. Dancing on a rug is a bear, but if we have to, we have to. So that's where we are.
Is it a bear rug pun? Is it a bearskin rug pun?
No,
Dancing on
no, they literally have a rug in
Why-
the senior center, John.
This
Yes.
question, we did ask, kind of roll around this question.
Yes, we did.
Why did you pick that night?
To tie in with your Oktoberfest.
Okay, so I was just trying to figure, because you could actually do it any night, really.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Octoberfest 1.
But I was just wondering why. You want to be able to advertise, this is an Oktoberfest thing, and Oktoberfest is tomorrow, so I kind of get it.
Yeah.
So, we had a discussion on the phone for,
Oh, we had a long discussion, yes. Very useful discussion.
using the senior center and getting a beer and wine license for that is tricky, okay?
You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Not, can't is right here. Don't say can't
Well,
to me.
no, I had talked to the town clerk, and they said it's unavailable to have alcohol on public property like that.
Well-
But,
No, actually,
Small
that's
town
not
things happen.
technically correct, because
don't go there, let
No,
him
but-
finish.
but there's different hoops you can jump through to do
Right,
that.
okay.
But-
So let's set that aside, because I don't see it as an issue. You may, but at the moment, to me, it's not an issue, so I'm not dealing with it.
You know?
I've already got it solved.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
gonna be at
you're-
the Sokol
Yeah, because
Hall.
you're doing the Sokol Hall.
So
If it's a Sokol Hall, done deal.
Yeah,
So why are you here?
Say again?
Why are you here?
To keep you informed what
to
we're
keep
attempting
to
to
keep
do.
us informed,
Okay.
which I think is good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't wish that, that's easy. to
No,
do.
I was just like, it sounds
He
like.
wasn't sure if you were needing us for anything.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what?
No,
It,
just
Just to keep
information
us-
about what's happening in town.
Yeah,
that
it's
is
a
happening
compliment.
near
It-
your event.
Yeah.
we appreciate it, actually. It's a compliment to us that and telling us that you're doing something Oktoberfest themed in concert with what we do the next day. But what you're doing is totally separate from us, and we
It is.
really have like no involvement with it, so.
Right.
We could, we could mention it in one of our things. When we put out blasts, we could say that, the Sunshine Club is having a Oktoberfest dinner on Friday, the night before Oktoberfest, so we could probably give you a couple of, sentences in one of our publications, but.
Yeah, and I know that the senior center's always kind of struggled to figure out how to make money
Yeah,
at Oktoberfest.
yeah.
So, like, I think it's a cool tie-in.
It is, it is a cool
I mean,
time.
it's kind of say,
Yeah,
why celebrate Oktoberfest on one day when you can start the weekend early? You know what I mean? Like, that's,
yeah.
like I said, I appreciate you. One, I find it flattering that,
I do
the
too.
event
I
is
think-
like, oh, well, no,
Yeah.
it's a great event. We want to, try and capitalize on that a bit.
Mhm.
I don't see it in any way of taking away from our event.
Nope.
And I don't either,
So,
Yeah.
not at all. It's synergy.
And I don't see it in conflict with it either. It doesn't do anything to really affect us either way.
yeah.
We may even have some guests come in and stay overnight in the hotels.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? The occupancy rate of Douglas will go
You
up
just
by
don't want them to
1,000%.
sleep over at the Sokol Hall.
Yeah. Or maybe you do.
Some of them may have to.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I think that's cool. Especially if you wind up getting a tie-in with the Soka Hall, I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, we are working on that.
Yeah, it's a neat, a few years ago, there was a chili cook-off in there,
If
and
you're doing it,
that building is really neat.
you're doing it the
So-
Friday night, which is before our event.
Yes.
If you were doing it the night of our event, well, that would make it a little bit different. Like, that we would be able to we'd be able to put signs out and publicize it or something. There was a time when the Second Congo Church, remember the Second Congo? They
Yeah.
used to do
Keith
a
remembers
turkey
this.
dinner on the night of Octoberfest. Do you remember
Really?
that?
Before your time?
Hmm.
Here?
You know,
Or at least I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention.
that was
Entirely
before these
possible.
little kids thing.
They sold out every time.
The night of Oktoberfest, and we weren't anywhere near the size we are now, but the night of Oktoberfest, they used to do that every year. They used to do a turkey dinner. They used to they used to sell tickets from the general public and go in. I was never able to go in there and buy one. I would have done it because we were picking
Were you
up and all
busy?
that.
They sold out by the time we
By the
were
time
able
we
to
were-
It's like the
obtain-
fried dough where, even
Yeah.
members of the committee can't
Yeah.
get one.
But they had made, they had it, and it was like every year, they had the turkey dinner right there after Oktoberfest night. So it was kind of good advertising for them, to advertise it during the event, because people just went,
I would think that would be a difficult night for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
I'm
Now
shocked-
it would be.
shocked that people have
Yeah.
the stamina to do it.
No. Well, not after being there all day.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but the event was different then. The event wasn't like it is now. Now it's an all-day event now, and they go in there and they come in the morning and they're there till 5 o'clock at night. So by the end of the day, all the kids are ready to go home and crash.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't,
And so are the parents.
yeah. So our event isn't like it used to be 10 years ago. So it's not quite the same thing. So you're better off having it on Friday now.
You said there's gonna be dancing too? Dinner,
Yes.
dinner and dancing
And music.
and music.
And music.
Live or DJ?
They have
Probably
a,
DJ. Live is expensive.
yeah.
It is.
Tell me about it. Tony.
They have a good setup there for that. They have a stage and everything, so.
We've had things in there and there were problems.
In what way?
The acoustics are awful.
Yeah.
The heating, air conditioning system is all on one side
uh,
of the room, and it blasts out, and people who are sitting in that area have a problem, so they gravitate to the other side of the.
Interesting. Yeah. So when I went to the event there, they had it was like a single musician. Like
Right.
a person playing acoustic guitar and singing, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
They had
it was-
Elvis there the other night, and he was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be hard to get like a big band.
He was up on the stage, but twice we had events there with 4 and 5 piece bands,
Yeah.
and they had problems.
Yeah.
They said, we don't want to come back.
It's a small room. I mean, it's,
Well, yeah, and there's nothing in the room to kill the reflection of sound.
Yeah.
It just bounces all over the place.
yeah. So for the right size act, it's great because you
Yeah.
have all those, all the reverb and everything for
And if
too
you
big
don't
of an
have to
act,
blast
it's-
heat or cold, you're okay also.
Yeah.
You might be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know.
I mean, it's relatively easy fix, but they probably don't want to do it.
Okay.
So anyway, that's an update of where we are, what we're thinking, and if you want, I'll come back and tell you some definites, because by the end of next month, I should have some definites.
Yeah, what you're gonna
You
serve
can. You're
and
welcome
the cost
anytime.
and,
Yeah.
You can do it you can come in person, you can do it by email, you can call us, you can do
Do it
however
by
you want.
proxy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can.
Or
Why didn't you let him talk at
you
the
can
beginning of
actually
the
go and
meeting?
fill out a form and join the committee.
You should have let him talk at the beginning of the meeting.
all right, next time if you show up, we'll let you go first.
Yeah.
Didn't you enjoy the meeting though? Come on, this is what we're
It was
always like.
informative.
It's almost like
I didn't know what you did, and I didn't know how you did it.
This is how the sausage is made.
We are a very unorthodox group.
I'm
Really?
still working towards the
No,
We've been.
what's the thing called?
Pinewood Derby
How
card.
how many?
soapbox derby cars.
We should do that.
Great idea.
I
How
like
many
that.
years for you?
Oh, yeah, just,
Over 10.
Over
we
10.
received a letter in our box saying you were signed on for another 3 years.
Yes.
That was my chance. That was my chance.
It was, you're staying.
Yep.
So is your brother.
So, we've been doing this for a long time. This-
Yeah.
this-
It's
And
obvious
we've
it's
gotten to the
not
point
your
where
first
everybody
rodeo.
knows, everybody's got a piece of the event. They, you know, they have their job, and so we've been doing it for so long that we just kinda, and then we come in here and bump heads and, you know, give status and,
Talk over each other.
you know, once in a while, one of us has like a ridiculously silly idea, like parades and, you know, and ribs.
This was the year. This was, you know, I was like, you know what? It's time
And
for me
then-
to. It's time for me to step away from the committee. I don't have any new ideas this year. It's time, you know. And then
I don't think
And
you should
ribs.
make new ideas, your,
My
reason-
baseline.
Your reason for being or not being on the committee.
That's one of the things that we try to do is every year we try to make it just a little bit different. There's a few things in it that people say, wow, that's never did this before,
Yeah.
you know? And it makes it interesting.
When I heard, talk about ridiculous, when I heard ribs, I said, well, why don't you make it more German? Why don't you do pig's knuckles?
we should do a we should do a special category for pig's knuckles. Let me get through year one first.
Well, the audience
Well,
might have a problem.
Then we should actually have a greased pig contest. I'm just saying.
Down Main Street.
So we trying to wrestle the pig?
Yeah,
try to catch it and
no, you
hold
try
on to
catch
it.
a greased pig,
Yeah, catch it and hang on.
you know?
Yeah,
Sounds like
that's
my
it.
prom. Hey-o!
You know, a little baby pig about this big, they're cute. You grease them up and stuff, and you put them in a pen, and you try to catch them.
And if they
Well, all right,
lose-
grease up a 2-year-old and let them run around, try to catch that too.
Same thing.
Wait. I got the look for saying it sounds like my prom. She got nothing for saying do it.
He knows I'm not a mean
Grease up a
person.
2-year-old and have him run down Main
It's
Street.
purely innocent.
Yeah. It wasn't in a mean,
But that's
dirty
weird.
sort of
Seemed like a
way.
good idea.
Okay, so the next meeting is when?
No,
Next meeting is when?
the second Thursday of July.
Second Thursday of July
If you look at
is.
that, it is the 12th.
Okay,
July 12th.
Oh, really? It's the 12th? Oh, that's gonna be a, no, wait a minute. It's
the 11th.
The 11th. I was gonna say, 12th, we're really busy that day.
The 11th.
We're going to Boston on the 12th.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just saying, coming
Party
back
at
to.
Tony's house.
okay, so we have the 11th, this is the next meeting?
Yep, it's
7
already
o'clock, right
scheduled.
here. All right. Move
Motion.
to adjourn,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.